Don't touch that dial now. We're just getting started.
So I have a big announcement to make. It's kind of a big announcement, but it's not really a big announcement because there are going to be 5 people watching this. And 3 of them are going to be in the chat here. They're going to say something like, hey, fatty, Xbox R is dead, fatty, roll over, fatty, boombalatti, blah, 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 fanboy, grifter, blah, 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 whatever. I'm going to be streaming soon. We'll be streaming, I believe, on the 16th. Let's take a look at the calendar here. Yeah, this will be Friday the 16th. I'm going to shoot around 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to be streaming Doom, The Dark Ages, because I'm really excited about Doom, The Dark Ages. You don't understand how excited I am about Doom, The Dark Ages. I'm even branded right in time for Doom, The Dark Ages, because I'm a simp when it comes to Doom, or Halo, or Gears, or Final Fantasy, Metal Gear, probably just gaming in general. Some of it anyways. But I'm pretty excited because I think the last game that I've actually streamed, I'm pretty sure it was Doom Eternal, was streaming the Ancient Gods. But that was a long time ago. Maybe Trepang. I don't know. It's been a long time. There for a while, the only thing I was covering was First Amendment auditors and mental health stuff and stuff like that, which was fun, by the way. And there's always going to be some kind of room for that. So if you're from the days where I talked about that stuff, when I went from gaming to that and back to gaming, you're more than welcome to join the conversation because I'd definitely love to have you there, and we still can make fun of those people. But anyways, like I said, we'll be playing Doom, The Dark Ages. I'm really excited. Like I said, it's going to be on the 16th, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can come join me. I'm sure it won't be fun. Hopefully I can make it entertaining, if I can pronounce words correctly. But I did want to talk about something that was actually pretty interesting. Fucking A. Sorry, I'm not very good with my stream deck. That's going to show you how unprepared I am to stream. But you guys know that I released that Crap Gamer video the other day when I talked about his crash out, where every single day he basically posted, hey, Phil Spencer, you're a bum, get the fuck out of Xbox, you're ruining my company that he worships. But anyways, I saw a really interesting comment, and I actually see this a lot, by the way. This is not like exclusively just one person, but let's kind of read it here. So Crap is one of the most Xbox-centric guys. What's funny is when everybody grifted toward Xbox, he was already there. I get you really don't have an understanding for the need of exclusivity, but any company usually has something you cannot get from the competitors, and that's the best part about exclusivity. Now, I don't know why he would say that, considering the fact that I've probably been gaming longer than he's been alive. And I've seen the rise and fall of consoles, and anymore these days, I don't really care about exclusivity. This is a new thing, and I don't understand why they don't think I understand that. It's as if like they're saying I just started gaming yesterday, which I have a whole history. Like I think I started at NES. I did play some Atari stuff, but everything from the NES on, I've been a part of. So I don't really understand that. I was one of those guys that's always on top of the news articles. I was always watching like stuff from game trailers, YouTube. Then we had NeoGAF where I was on the forums there, GameSpot System Wars. I was watching the E3 conferences, all the other conferences, CES, Tokyo Game Show. What's the other big one? There's a big one. It's in Germany. I forget the name of it. But I love the gaming industry. It's my favorite. It's my favorite thing. It's something that I passionately love. And I've always have. And I don't understand what they mean by that. Now, here's the thing. Here is what I think of exclusive. As a 37-year-old getting ready to turn 38 here next week, I believe, I just don't care for it anymore. Because the only thing I care about is games. Now, the argument can be, yes, we have to have something on that specific hardware that attracts people there. I understand that. But anymore I look at it, I'm like, okay, I've got all the systems, but I have to have all the systems if I want to play everything. Now, Nintendo, they're going to do whatever Nintendo does, so you're not really ever going to see Nintendo venturing out on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. But I look at hardware, like specifically, and whenever you talk about the advent of things coming out, like the so-called Xbox PC hybrid, it kind of makes me excited. I don't know about you, but I would like to have all my libraries into one library, right? Where I can just click on one launcher and here's every single list of my games. I wish I can carry over my PlayStation, my Xbox, my Nintendo, my Epic, my GOG, everything into one place, and I own those forever. Doesn't matter what hardware I have, I can always access those games. And the only thing at that point is if you're, again, have a preference, would be the hardware. Now, there's nothing wrong if you like exclusivity. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing for you, but for me, I don't care anymore because I have so many damn places to play games, and sometimes it's like, man, I don't want to turn on that machine. Or you're like, well, I can't play this game unless I spend $700 on that specific hardware. But now it's starting to get smaller and smaller. The fact that you can actually start buying these games on PC and other hardware devices, you can get on your handheld like a Steam Deck, Asus ROG Ally, your Legion Go, the MSI Claw, and stuff like that, and you'll be able to play some of these games. So I understand exclusivity. Exclusivity's there for a reason. It's to get people on the platform. But me, when I look at it, I'm like, well, I love the games, right? I love supporting games. Some of the things I hear in platform-specific things is, hey, the Xbox guys don't buy their games. And I had a conversation on X about this, and I can actually prove those people wrong because it's all built on assumptions. Yes, probably majority of the people on Xbox, maybe, but you can also say the same thing about PlayStation when they sign up for PlayStation Plus for the rental services. You can have a 75 million surplus of machines out there in a while people are playing on, but that doesn't mean your game's going to sell 50 million copies. We've seen that a lot with a lot of big games, especially the GOTY winner Astrobot didn't sell a huge bit. And eventually I see it coming to PC, and I kind of feel like the industry kind of sees that now. When you have your games in more places, despite the hardware, the biggest focus is, yes, I can buy this game on any platform. That, the platform's going to get a cut, then the publisher's going to get a cut. This is like Xbox going to PlayStation, and people are like, aren't you mad that Xbox is not having games and they're putting games on PlayStation? Why would I be? Why would I be mad about that? I don't know why anybody would be mad about that. The fact that the guys on PlayStation can play things like Halo and Gears of War and Forza against the Xbox guys if you choose that hardware, or vice versa. Now, anything I say, it's not really going to matter, right? I can say PlayStation might be doing this later on, where you can pick whatever platform you want. You just click on a launcher, and there's your games, which, by the way, I don't really care for that, too. I mean, if you take a look, the Epic Game Store hiding things on their actual launcher, I still think that's quite anti-consumer. And it doesn't really help the studio. And you hear a lot about supporting the devs, and we say that, but you guys never come out. It just doesn't happen. And even if you did come out and you started supporting these devs, does not guarantee the fact that they're going to have a job later on. Doesn't matter. But when you have the game on more screens and more available devices, that gets more eyes on it. And with the word of mouth, more people can start playing despite the platform, which I think that's the thing the industry is eventually going to go for. This isn't a pro Xbox, pro PlayStation, pro PC thing, or pro Nintendo thing. This is a pro gamer thing. I want more people to enjoy the hobby. I'm tired of the trend chasing. I'm tired of having things locked behind certain things. It would be nice if I could have one set-top box or whatever, if Sony made one or Xbox made one, and the only difference is the hardware and what you prefer. That's perfectly fine, because we do that anyways. People buy their Sony Blu-ray players, their RCA, Samsung, for different reasons. They have different bells and whistles, but they don't lock behind any of the content. You don't see a specific Blu-ray movie tied to a specific player. You just don't. It just doesn't happen. And back in the day, I would have been fine with that, because console wars was something that I lived and breathed. I was the PS3, Wii, Xbox 360 guy, and I was a hardcore Xbox guy at the time. And I always find that funny too, is like a lot of these guys would be like, a lot of these PC players are totally Xbox guys. And yes, I get it. I get it. There's Xbox games on PC. Xbox has a dedicated app on PC. There is Game Pass there, but there's Game Pass everywhere at this point now. I don't see any problems. I don't care if you're going to your TV and plugging in a dongle or signing into an app to play your games. Don't really care about that. The less you're really concerned about the hardware at this point, the more the devs can, take that money that they would have spent on hardware and just put it towards the games. But we're having problems right now where some of these games aren't selling. And a lot of people are losing their fucking jobs. Their studios are closing because they're not getting enough eyes on the actual games, which is really scary with the bloated budgets. It's pretty damn scary. And when I take a look at exclusive at this point, as quite anti-consumer. You can disagree with me or whatever. I don't care. You're able to form your own opinion, or you can say I don't know what I'm fucking talking about when I actually do. But when I take a look at the practice of exclusivity, I don't think it really benefits anybody if you have a walled garden that you can only access if you pay X amount of money to get in that walled garden. Then you start playing the console war game where some person can't afford to buy multiple consoles and they keep crying at each other about, I don't know, my brand is better than your brand, which is still stupid. In 2025, it's the dumbest shit imaginable. But that's what I think about it. You might think I'm wrong. That's fine. I don't really care. That's how I feel. If you are stuck to a brand, if that's what your thing is, your loyalty, or if you want games to succeed like I do, if I want more games to get more eyes and not have to purchase the specific thing to enjoy that, that's great. But when I say you're locking things up, this is not, the Xbox 360 days or Nintendo 64 days or anything like that. We have digital libraries that should be able to be carried on for a very long time. And the only bad thing about the digital libraries is once the publisher or the developers or whatever pull those games or shut down those services, you will lose them, which sucks as well. We see this now with the Doom the Dark Ages on Xbox and PlayStation. On the disc, there's only 85 megabytes of data. The rest of it you have to download, and Nintendo's actually doing the same thing. We're all moving away from the physical game disc, which sucks for some people. But you also got to remember, these game discs also have a expiration date, if you ever heard of disc rot. But yeah, I would love to be able to access my libraries, whatever platform I chose, on any type of hardware. I think that's a really good thing. I think that would be a net positive. And this isn't just Xbox better. No, it's not. Who gives a fuck? Xbox is the third-party publisher. PlayStation is a third-party publisher. It's just the way it is. Some of them's not better than others. Like PlayStation doesn't have everything on other devices, but it is coming slowly. But that's what I think. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm a retard. I don't know. All right, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. See you soon.
Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. You're a stupid cunt, suck my dick.